if you've been injured in an accident, either with a tractor trailer or with another car, and you have significant injuries, you have a very unique and special type of case, and there's only certain types of lawyers that I feel are qualified to handle those types of cases. You know, when there are significant injuries, oftentimes you have to reach out and hire independent experts, people that will come and prepare what we call like a life care plan. If you've got a permanent disability where you're going to need care for the remainder of your life, we have experts and specialists that we hire in those areas to come in and evaluate your need. One of the things that separates us from the lawyers that you probably have seen on either the side of a bus or in the back of your yellow pages that do a lot of advertising and marketing is that we don't do that. We have kept our practice small because we want to be able to provide individual attention to every client that comes in the door. And I think if you take the time to look at some of the testimonials that my past clients have given you, you'll see that that's the way we treat people. At those large, what I would kind of call volume type places, you may not get a return phone call as fast as you like it. You may have been in an accident where you're trying to handle your claim with the insurance company on your own. And a lot of people do that. What may happen, though, is you'll find yourself becoming more and more frustrated because the insurance company, while they started out being real nice and very helpful, they're now, when it comes time to talking about resolving your claim, they're trying to pay you as little money as possible. Well, don't be surprised by that, because insurance claims adjusters are trained professionals, and their job is one thing, and that is to pay you as little money as possible. You have rights as an individual who's been injured by the negligence of a third party. You need to reach out to an attorney, and you can call me at 770-427-5498, and I can give you a free consultation as to whether or not I think I can help you. It may be that you don't need an attorney and that you can continue the negotiations on your own. However, if your injuries have become significant enough, you're probably going to need an attorney to maximize your recovery and to exercise all the rights that you have under the law. One of the things that I would recommend that everybody be careful in is reaching out to your friends and your family members and your coworkers about your case. A lot of people, do that, and they look to those people for advice. And while those people may have experience with their unique claim, they don't have enough experience to properly advise you as to what you need to do. What happens oftentimes is your friend, family member, or coworker may think that your case is going to be just like their case, and that's not the case. One of the areas that we have vast experience or extensive knowledge in is working in cases that are called negligent security cases. And what those cases are is where somebody has been injured at another person's premises, normally like a hotel or a restaurant or maybe one of the big box chain stores. At those places you reasonably expect to be safe, and oftentimes there are criminals or predators there who are preying upon people. And the reason that happens is because those stores and facilities are not taking the level of precautions that they should. One of the most common questions I get from people when I meet with them after they've been in an accident or they've been hurt is, how much is my case worth? Well, it's very difficult, if not impossible, for me to answer that question when I first meet with people. And the reason that is that we have to find out what your medical condition is, find out how much treatment you're going to need, and find out whether or not you're going to make a full recovery from your injuries. People oftentimes get fooled by lawyers that they meet with who tell them that their case is worth X dollars before they've even had a chance to evaluate the case. One of the most important things that you can do after you've been involved in an accident is to make sure that you document all of the physical evidence. That includes taking good pictures of your vehicle and the damage to your vehicle, taking pictures of the defendant's or the at-fault party's vehicle, because oftentimes the vehicles will get repaired before photographs are taken. And when you are presenting your claim to either the insurance company as part of a demand package, or you're presenting the information to a jury if the case goes to trial, having good photographs of the physical evidence shows the severity of the collision and will help to maximize your recovery. We represent a lot of people who have been injured by people who are under the influence of either alcohol or drugs. You may have been in an accident like that, and it's important to know that these are different cases than your normal auto accident case where nobody's under the influence. The reason it's different is there are things that need to happen in those cases, sometimes more at the beginning of the case than later on. You may want to take the deposition of the person that caused the accident early on in the case because it gives you. Some of you may have been injured by somebody who you believe was distracted by using a cell phone either to be talking to someone or texting. There have been some recent changes in the law in Georgia about those cases, and in fact, people who are on their phones conducting business, even though they're driving a personal vehicle, may expose their company to liability for that accident. And the reason that's important is normally corporations are going to carry a lot more liability coverage or insurance coverage than individuals will. One of the things that a lot of people think is that if they've been in an accident and they call an attorney, that means there's going to be a lawsuit, and that's simply not the case. Most cases, probably about 85 to 90% of the cases that we work on, are resolved without any lawsuit being filed at all. You know, there's a 2-year statute of limitations in Georgia, and so when cases are the types of cases that we should try to resolve before suit, we do. One of the reasons that I think people should consider hiring an attorney if they've been injured in an accident is because with the experience that we have, we know what it is that the insurance company is looking for. We know what medical records they want, we know what documents they want in order to maximize the value of your claim. Another thing I found is that for people who are not familiar with the process, it becomes very stressful and it can consume their lives. You may be at your house with all of your medical bills and everything laid out on your kitchen table and you don't